It's a saying that the fish stinks from the head down. And God is calling all of his children, from the Rudy to the Tootie, to humble themselves under his new rule, to become like little children who know nothing, who become lowly, who become servants. Yes, we are friends of God, but we are called to serve his children, to serve one another, to serve the body, to serve those who are in need. This morning, he has released me to read Jeremiah 10, verse 21 through 24. And it's speaking on shepherds who become irrational and have not searched the Lord or asked him about his need of them. It's also speaking on how they have not been wise and have not prospered. And God is not speaking of prospering the way man sees prospering. Sometimes we can look at materialistic things that people in the body have, and we say, oh, they're prospering. And no, God is saying, are their flocks prospering? Is their spiritual lives prospering in the way that he called them to prosper? And you will know if they're prospering by the condition of their sheep. So he's also talking about, let's see, and it says, all of their flocks are scattered, the sound of a report, behold, the invader comes, a great commotion from the country of the north Babylon, to make the cities of Judah a desolation, a hunt and dwelling place of jackals. God is speaking of removing his grace from the lukewarm churches who will not humble themselves under this new rule. And the new rule is revival is now. God wants to free his children now. God is tired of his children going to churches seeking freedom, but leaving still with demons, still oppressed, still in bondage. So God is removing his grace and his presence from these places, and these places will become desolate. You will go into these places and you will just know that the Spirit of God isn't there. And then it goes on to say, oh Lord, I know the path of life of a man is not in himself. It is not within the limited ability of man, even one at his best, to choose and direct his steps in life. What Jeremiah is saying, that man has become haughty. Those leaders who God placed in position have become haughty and will not submit to the new rule of God, will not submit to what God is doing, what God is moving. God is not being silent about it. God has sounded the alarm, just like he released Jeremiah as a trumpet to set the captives free, to speak on what God was doing. This is what God is doing now. He's released his prophets, he's released his apostles to speak of this new direction that God is leading his church into. And God is calling everyone from the head to the tail to submit to this new rule, to submit to the new thing that God is doing. And Jeremiah even was saying, I can't even decide what direction is best for me to go in. He's humbling himself in front of God. And this is what God is calling us to do. Humble yourself. Even if you think you're going in the right direction, God is calling you to humble yourself. Allow him to confound you. Go to him and say, God, I may not know everything. I may have been taught falsely. I may have led my sheep in the wrong direction. Lord, forgive me, but teach me in the way that you want me to go. This is what God is calling us to do. Humble ourselves, become like little children, desperate, in need of new direction. Because that's what God is doing now. He's released his prophets and apostles and fivefold ministers to sound the alarm in the direction in which God is moving in now, because he's beautifying his bride. And then it says, oh Lord, correct me along with your people, but with mercy and in just measure. So he's saying, correct me, Lord, forgive me for me, thinking that I know it all. Lord, forgive me. Forgive me. and have mercy on me. I didn't know. Have mercy on me. This is being childlike. This is being, okay, I may not know everything, you know? And he said, not in your anger, or you will crush me and bring me to nothing. God is calling all of his children, everyone, to humble themselves, and say, God, forgive me. I don't know anything. You are God. I am your servant. Yes, I'm your friend, but I'm here to serve. So, Lord, please direct me in the direction that you're leading me to go in. Humble yourself today to this new move of God. God is setting his captives free. He's beautifying his bride. He's renewing his church. He's releasing new direction. He's equipping fivefold ministers so that we can go out and set the captives free. I thank y'all for tuning into this word, coming here not to see me, but coming here to see the living God that lives and dwells on the inside of me. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. Bye.